reclassifications. You guys are in 3 suburban, District 8. Pretty much everyone has the same type of schedule, but can you talk about this new reclassification? I know it kind of separates the metro from suburban, which a lot of coaches enjoy.
Yeah.
So just go into a little bit of that.
It's kind of weird, being the first year, but I think it'll come together, and you're still going to have people complaining no matter what, and some guys are going to like it, some coaches are going to like it, some coaches aren't going to like it. I kind of like our district the way it's set up. We still have the powerhouse with Lake Wales and Auburndale, and I think we can compete pretty good with Davenport, Lake Region, and Liberty. And you never know, on any given Friday, maybe we knock off Lake Wales or Auburndale, but those guys are stacked, and we're gonna still show up and line up to play against them like we do every Friday night.
Fantastic. Coach, you want to go down the row here and introduce some of your players for us?
I have Hector Perez here. He's a senior. I have Eli Aziz, and with Eli here, Eli had a broken leg during the spring, and they say he's going to be back week 2, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Next, I have Kevin Montilla. Kevin has been with me since 9th grade. One of the guys that's been in our program. And then we have Christopher Charity here. He was moved in from Virginia. Matter of fact, the first day of spring practice, and they brought him down to me. Yeah, they brought him down to my room. They called me, and they was like, "Oh, we got this new kid here." So I'm like, "All right, bring in the little 5'2", 130-pound kid." And then this guy shows up in my room, so he was a big addition to us, doing spring ball. And then I have Pierre Julian down at the end, defensive tackle. And I forgot to mention here, Hector stepped in for us doing spring football and played quarterback after really only having like 3 days of practice because Eli broke his leg that Friday before the spring game, and Hector, he did a heck of a job for us, tremendous job, and I'm proud of all these guys.
So let me get to asking, Hector, what was it like playing quarterback in such short notice? Have you developed as a quarterback through the summer, or are you going to revert? Were you a quarterback before?
No, sir.
So are you going to be sticking maybe with quarterback? You're going to kind of do a little bit of it all for coach this year?
I'll do anything that the coach need me to help. Anything that helps the team and actually them to go to big leads or whatever, I'll help, no matter what it is.
Fantastic. All right, we'll go right next door to you, Eli. First of all, how's the leg?
It's doing really good.
Good. All right. So, prior to you breaking the leg, last year you were quarterback?
Yes.
For Gateway. So, what have you done, or if you've been able to practice this summer, what have you been able to do, and what are you going to do to be better this upcoming season?
Well, I can't work on my lower body, so I've been focusing on upper body and been taking physical therapy very serious so I could get back quick.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully you can stay healthy this upcoming season. Wish you all the
Thank you.
luck. Hate it for someone to break their leg like that. Kevin, so you've been on the varsity team as a freshman?
Yes, I have.
All right, so this will be your 4th year on varsity with coach. Just walk us through playing all 4 years of varsity. It's a unique thing where you hear a varsity player for 4 years. What's it been like?
It's been a journey, man. Like starting off like really little, I started off really quiet. I still am a bit, but well, the coaches know. But being with all the coaches, they really developed me as a person, as a man, and as a warrior, I believe. As these years have gone on, I've become more disciplined. I've become more aggressive on the field, and just more disciplined and determined to get more things done on the field, develop my teammates to come with me and follow that path, and also develop better as men, also outside of the field. So this year, I'm going to try to incorporate that with the people around me so we can bring that discipline and determination onto the field and just go rock some people who come through the hole.
What a fantastic answer. We'll move it right next door to you, Christopher. You came from Virginia?
Yes, correct.
So what has been the biggest difference from Virginia football to Florida football? I'm sure it's a little different competition-wise.
Down here, they take it more serious, try to keep you active. Not a lot of slacking going on.
And then, so you're only 2025, so you're still pretty young in coach's system, playing on varsity. Feel any pressure as a sophomore, as Kevin over here been able to help you being someone else who's young, playing varsity for 4 years? Has he helped you kind of maneuver?
Yeah, he's definitely tried to shape me up a bit, show me how it's done here differently. In the beginning, it was a little different for me, but I feel like now that I've been here for a little while, I'm getting the hang of it.
Fantastic. Then last but not least, Pierre, the defensive line, defensive tackle. What has the defensive line done this offseason to prepare for the fall? What have you guys changed, if anything, or maybe got in the weight room or anything?
We've really been working on our footwork and agility outside, and we've been in the weight room a lot to increase our strength.
Fantastic. All right, so, Coach, I've been asking all the other coaches this. With the upcoming schedule, you guys can answer this too. Usually the players will smirk right away. Is there a team on the schedule this year? Because, I mean, you're 22. You know what teams are the big ones for Gateway. Is there any team on the schedule this year that you have circled and you're excited to play, you're ready to play them? I see a couple smiles, too.
I'm always excited. Every Friday night is like a heck, I don't want to say a high, but it is a high for me every Friday night. So whatever team we line up to play against on Friday, I'm just there, ready to go to war, and ready to see improvement from my kids, So I mean, I don't necessarily. I mean, back in the day, I used to always, light up for the Osceolas and the St. Clouds, but I guess I've been doing it now for so long. It's just I'm
It's
just
routine?
ready to play on Friday against whoever.
Fantastic. All right, so week 1, you guys play against Horizon High School?
Yeah, Horizon High School.
So only year 2 for them. What can we expect from Gateway week 1?
Week 1 is still going to be a battle. Dennis does a great job over there at Horizon. He's been around and, great coach. And, we ran into him a few times during the weightlifting season, so those guys are getting bigger and stronger over there. So, it's gonna be a pretty good game.
Fantastic. Guys, before we wrap up, anyone want to say one last thing? Shout out, hi, Mom, Dad.
Ready for this season, that's all I'm going to say.
Coach, any closing remarks before we wrap things up? You're 22.
You're 22, man. I guess I'm getting old, man. I feel like one of the veterans around here now. I can remember, being having the Bill Cosby face, walking around just in awe of all of the coaches, back when I first started out, and now I guess I'm a dinosaur now. So, I mean, I love it, and I wouldn't rather be doing anything else but coaching high school football.
Coach, we love it. You're 22. Another crack at it for a playoff spot. We'll see what.
Well, it's actually year 23.
Year 23.
Year 22
oh,
at
Jordan
Gateway.
year. Jordan, there we go. So year 23 for Coach Marlon Roberts at Gateway. Big things coming their way in Kissimmee, Florida. We'll take another quick break. Thank you guys again for
All right,
joining us.
thank you.
Best of luck. I'll take another quick break. Up next is Poinciana High School right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Riders, wear protective gear, make yourself visible, and follow traffic laws. Drivers, look twice for motorcycles. Use caution when changing lanes. Motorcycles may be hard to see. And maintain 4 seconds of following distance. Motorcycles can slow down without activating a brake light. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
Welcome back here to the Varsity Sports Network. Orlando High School Football Media Days up next now as we draw closer to the 2 o'clock hour, or the Poinciana Eagles, all the way out from Kissimmee, Florida. Joining with me today are the Eagles and head coach Randy Beacon. Year 4 coach, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so we'll get right into it. Last year you guys went 2-9, played freelance. You do freelance again this year. What have you learned from this spring football season, and what have you learned from the summer that gets you ready for fall?
We're a much different team than we were last year. Came into spring, exceeded all of our expectations, and had a lot of players come home to Poinciana this summer that have been playing at other schools. I think we're going to be something to be reckoned with this year.
So for a school like Poinciana, is there maybe an advantage to playing independent where you're able to schedule?
We were able to schedule pretty much anybody we wanted. With the district they would have put us in, we would not have been competitive.
Okay. So, let's go into that schedule. You guys open the season up against Avon Park. What can we expect come week 1?
I think that it's going to be how well the team can gel together, put themselves together, and I think we should be able to do very well. Our defense is looking phenomenal, and we're returning a coaching staff, which is another big thing for us.
Fantastic. So, Coach, if you wouldn't mind introducing some of the players, we'll get to asking.
This is Perry Garrett, DeVrell Kahn, Donald Cummings, Noah Otero, and Jaden Swaby.
All right, so I'm going to go right over to Perry first, wide receiver DB. Were you one of the people that transferred into Poinciana this year?
Yes, sir, I was.
All right, so I assume you live closer to Poinciana then?
Yeah.
So what was maybe the decision to come back, play home for Poinciana?
So pretty much it was more of transportation,
okay,
and more opportunity for myself to a new team and a better team.
So what are some of your expectations playing for Poinciana?
My expectations are for us to play to our level, work together as a team, and build a chemistry that nobody else can beat us.
And then let's go, fantastic. Let's go over to DeVrell. All right, so you're a DB running back. So let's go on the defensive side of things. What has been the biggest difference from last year's defense that you saw on the field to this spring and summer that you've been able to be a part of and getting ready for the fall?
This year we're more physical. Everyone ready to win, more cooperative, everything. Everyone knows what they're doing, more in the flow and everything like that.
Fantastic. And let's keep going. Donald Cummings Jr., wide receiver this year. What has the offense have done this summer to get better, ready for another independent schedule? How's the wide receiver room built some chemistry up?
Well, the receiver core is really good. We've been connecting a lot with our quarterback, and to be honest with you, I really don't see nobody this season really stopping us as a team once we get that chemistry down pat.
Fantastic. So, Noah. So, in the spring game, you guys gave up only 6 points, which for anything, that's huge. Giving up, it's always better to hold them under 10. For whatever, I just like holding single digits is something good. What was, have you guys found any momentum after that game? And then building off of that into the fall season?
Yeah, so after they scored, we just wanted to use that momentum to not make sure they don't do that again, because that was a mistake that happened on our side. So we just wanted to make sure that it didn't happen. So we just kept working on it through the game also.
Fantastic. And then last but not least, Jaden, offensive line, defensive lineman. What has the offensive line done this summer to get better, whether it's going to the gym, doing more team workouts, working with maybe your quarterback more?
They've been working on, strength, of course, and speed and their hand movement. So, yeah, they've been improving.
And then on the defensive side of the ball, you're playing defensive end too?
Yeah.
What's it going to be like playing back and forth on both sides of the football?
Both sides, I feel like I'm going to be good. I have good stamina, and I can handle.
Fantastic. All right, so, Coach, I've asked every coach this, is there because you're independent, so you can schedule whoever, you can play someone different every year. But I assume you play a couple familiar schools.
Absolutely. There's schools like Liberty, our rivalry.
So
it's a game that we've played every year since Liberty's existed.
So here's the question. So is there, maybe Liberty's the answer, but is there a team on the schedule, you guys can answer too, is there a team on the schedule that you have circled and that is our biggest game, or
I'll defer that to the players.
Okay, because usually the coaches go, it's week by week. But the players, you guys have whoever's been here the longest?
What game y'all looking forward to?
Liberty. We got to be Liberty this year. Make history.
Make history? What's the history behind it?
Poinciana never beaten Liberty before.
Never beaten Liberty. No kidding. All right. So, I mean, you guys can be part of a very historic team. Before we wrap things up here, is there anything else you guys want to say? A message to the Poinciana fans? You guys want to say hi to anyone?
Oh, hi? Shout out swim team. Shout out my mom. Shout out my auntie. Shout out everybody watching. Love y'all boys.
Shout out to the Hollywood bros, you know what I'm saying? Jerry and Joel Campbell. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to my whole family. And yeah.
10-0 this year. 10-0.
10-0. Coach, anything you want to close with?
No, we're good. Thank you.
Coach, we appreciate
shout out to my
it.
girlfriend, too.
One of the first independent teams I think we've been able to talk to this year, which is exciting.
Drake.
Because it's always a unique schedule and a unique team. So we appreciate you guys for coming on.
Absolutely.
We're wishing you the best of luck this year. Guys, have a great season. Hopefully you guys can beat Liberty and make some history at Poinciana.
Yes, sir.
So that was the Poinciana High School Eagles from Kissimmee, Florida, trying to make history this year. We'll take another quick break. Up next is Windermere Prep. Stay tuned right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Welcome back here to Varsity Sports Network, live from Exploria Stadium here in beautiful downtown Orlando, home of the Orlando City Lions and the Orlando Pride. Up next, just after the 2 o'clock hour, are the Windermere Prep Lakers Join with me is second-year head coach, 7th overall at Windermere Prep, Brian Simmons. Coach Simmons, thank you for joining us today.
I appreciate you having us. It's a great event that you guys put on.
Not a problem. Glad you're here. All right, so we'll get right into it. Last year, you guys went 4-6, playing in 3A Region 2. I'll talk about a little bit about last season and what has been the biggest thing this off-season, spring, summer ball.
Yeah, last year was, for us, a very tough year, just dealing with the injuries that we had to all key players. But, you know, to the team's credit, they kept fighting. And in our first year in 3A football, we were able to make it to the playoffs. So that's a testament to the kids, how they stuck together through the adversity and just kept their heads down, and every day just went out there and tried to get better, and then it led to a playoff berth for us.
Fantastic. So you guys are back in independent this year. What made the move there, and you think it's more an advantage playing more familiar teams, or just having that own schedule?
Yeah, it was more for scheduling, and with the new redistricting, you know, just because with the 3 metro that they put us in, that's a school population from about 640 schools to almost 1,700 schools. Okay. So the difference for us is not necessarily the population of the school, but it's more about the roster size for us. So right now, this is just where we are right now, and then we'll see as we move along.
Fantastic. So, Coach, you mind introducing some of the players you brought today?
Yeah. So to my immediate right is Ben Heath. Ben will be playing quarterback for us. Next to him is Kamari James. Kamari James is a wide receiver and safety for us. And then we have Jackson Bennett, who plays linebacker and running back for us. And then Tyler Simmons, who plays tight end and defensive end.
Okay, is Tyler your son?
Tyler happens to be my son.
Okay, well,
yes.
we're going to go right to Tyler then. Tyler, second year as your dad is the head coach. I'm sure he's coached you regardless, whether it's high school football or Pop Warner. What's it like playing for your dad in high school?
I like it. Some people say they wouldn't like it. Some people say they would like it, but I happen to like it. So.
Okay. So what does your dad have in place for you this season? You're playing, where is it? Defensive end, tight end. What does he have in store for you this season?
Just
hopefully a lot of sacks.
Yeah. Hopefully I get about 10 sacks. Last year I didn't have that many, but hopefully I get around 10 sacks this year. That's my goal. Then offensively, I want to get more yards than last year. I only played 1 game of tight end last year, but I'm going to be starter this year at tight end.
All right, so I'm going to ask you guys more questions, but I want one more question for you. So on the field, do you usually have a father-son relationship, or is it a player-to-coach relationship? I see him shaking. Is it player-to-coach relationship?
Yeah, I would say it's player-to-coach.
Okay, just want to get that out of the... That's all we need to know. I got it. All right, so we'll go to your quarterback, Ben. Second-year head coach with Coach Simmons. How has he been able to make sure the offense is up to date and make sure that you're one of the best players on the field for Windermere?
Well, this is actually my first year here.
Okay.
So coach is making it a good environment for everyone. Coach is making it a good environment for everyone. He's welcomed me and made me feel really comfortable, which is going well.
Fantastic. So welcome to Windermere Prep. Kamari, you're safety and wide receiver. So how's it been? I'm going to ask you a wide receiver question. How's it been working with Ben this spring and summer?
It's been real good. I've been able to get to know Ben on and off the field, and we've had a real good connection on the field. Him, great thrower, and great communication.
Fantastic. So, and then Jackson. So you got another new quarterback. You're running back. You're on defense. How has it been working with Ben? And then what are some of your expectations on the defensive side of the ball?
It's been great. You know, we've been spending a lot of time together, getting to know each other, and just building that trust with one another. We've been practicing every single day, trying to get to where we think we're going to need to be to have a successful season. I think we're on the right track, doing great. And defensively, you know, I think things are gonna go pretty well. We expecting a big year for myself, and you know, just trying to stay healthy is my main goal, and just being able to do that would be a good
Fantastic. So we talk about the independent schedule. You've been there long enough to know some of the rivals and stuff. Guys, you've all been there. Ben, you're new. I'll ask this to coach first, and if you want to defer to your guys, you can. Is there a team on the schedule this year that you are looking forward to the most, or is it week by week?
Well, obviously it's week by week, but for me personally, and I told these guys, last year we lost to Lake Highland Prep really bad, and for me, every time we hit the dirt, I have that game in mind, you know, because the way we lost that game should never happen. And for me, that is a great motivation. We got outplayed, we got outcoached.
And they eventually won states.
Yeah, absolutely. They won the SSAC. And so for me, that is, obviously we want to win every game, but for me, that's a motivating factor.
Guys, is it a similar answer? Who was all part of that team last year?
Everybody.
Everyone. Okay, so you guys all have it fresh in your mind.
Yep, yes, sir.
All right, so this could be for anyone. Week 1, Coach, you can answer it too. Week 1 against Father Lopez, what can we expect from Windermere Prep?
For me, I see us as an offense that's going to be able to run the football, but also be able to be explosive in the passing game. And then on defense, we should be pretty fast and run to the football. But whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, for us, it has to be about a mindset. And every single day we're on the field, we got to outcompete every team we play. We got to be the most physical team out there. And if you do those two things, they have to realize you'll have a chance to win. I'm okay with losing, but it's how we lose. That's what I'm concerned about. And if we compete, they have to understand that we're going to be good enough to beat everybody on our schedule.
It's a very powerful answer there. Again, Coach, appreciate it. So before we conclude here, does anyone want to say anything? We are live. If you want to say hi to Mom, Dad, Ontavius, you're nodding. Anyone want to say anything? Go Lakers.
Say hi to your mom. Everybody say hi to your mom.
Mom.
That wasn't a lot of love to the mom.
Yeah, come be the smile guy. All right, you want to give a shout to anyone, Coach?
No, we just appreciate all the fans and all the support, and obviously this great event that you guys put on, and we're just happy to be here and be a part of it.
Well, Coach Simmons, we appreciate you for coming on, guys. We appreciate it. Wish you all the best. Hopefully you guys can avenge that loss, that you have a big piece of that success for possibly this season. That was head coach Brian Simmons and the Windermere Prep Lakers. So coming up next is Winter Park High School. We'll take another quick break right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Exploria Stadium on our 2022 Media Days Tour. Our stop today is Metro Orlando, and we're so happy to carry on the day with the Wildcats of Winter Park. Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out and being a part of this event.
Thanks for having us.
We are joined by defensive coordinator Craig Russell, TJ Shiflett, Hudson Gibbs, Aiden Warner, Torian Roberts, and Watson Hewitt. And Coach Russell, I'll start with you. There are a few teams that, and Winter Park is in that mix, that when you hear the name, it carries a certain weight. And you've been around the program for a long time, and so is Coach Shiflett. And how do you go about maintaining that level of success, both on and off the field? Because academically, there are a lot of high standards at Winter Park as well.
Well, we like to stay consistent and, maintain a standard of excellence. That's kind of what the motto is with the school, from our athletic director, with admin, and of course our program. Coach Shiflett and I have a strong belief that, on and off the field, setting a good example and setting a high standard for everything you do, working out, your academics, the expectations on the field, on the practice field.
Sure.
We just keep it high, and whoever, with all our kids, it's what we expect. So
sure.
We'd like to stay at that high level.
What have you and the coaching staff maybe noticed about this group as we've moved through spring and summer now into the start of the season that maybe might make this group special or different from teams in the past?
We knew from the end of last year, even the beginning of last year, that this senior bunch specifically would be special just because of their experience.
Sure.
Their experience, they're war-torn, they're proven. They have a lot of varsity games under their belt, this entire senior class, and we return a lot. And the most exciting thing is the example that they can set for our JV and our freshmen, because they have all those reps. They know what we expect. They do it to a high level. They hold themselves to a high level.
Yeah.
And that, trickles down throughout the program, and we're super excited about what that's going to bring this year.
That's exciting. Let's talk to some of the guys you brought with you here today to represent the Wildcat program. We're going to start with the quarterback, Aiden Warner. How you doing, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Around high school football, a lot of people mention your name, and with that comes a certain level of I don't know, responsibility to live up to it, right? And not only, for yourself, but for your team, and to help Winter Park be the best team it can be. How do you handle that?
I don't really worry about that. I'm not really worried about all the media attendance stuff. My main focus is my guys and what we accomplish on the field.
What have you noticed about those guys this year that give you confidence to think that, you're going to take a 6-5 record and go undefeated?
Yes, sir, definitely. Right? I think we have the hardest working class that I've seen at Winter Park in my 4 years here, so I'm super excited.
That's really exciting.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. How about TJ Shiflett? TJ, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Football runs in your blood, right?
Yeah.
Coach's son, you've been around the program for a long time, obviously, so the front of the jersey is important to you, I know. And not that it isn't for everybody, but you have a little bit different situation.
Yeah.
How I'm going to ask you straight up, how is it being the coach's son on a team and having to pull your own weight and do your part and live up to those expectations?
It was tough at first, but now that I've earned my spot and stuff, I feel like I'm just like everybody else,
Yeah. What is it about this group that makes you feel special that you're a part of it?
Well, we've all been together. We're all seniors now. Everybody that we have is going to be a senior, and I think this class is going to be really special.
That's got to give you a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
Right? Hudson Gibbs, defensive back. How you doing?
Good. You?
Good, man. Let's talk about the defensive unit that you've got this year for the Wildcats, and maybe what you've seen over the spring and the summer that you've kind of raised an eyebrow and been like, all right, we can go out and stop anybody that comes at us.
Yes, sir. Well, we got a lot of talent, and more than that, we have a lot of experience. We have 9 starters returning, and we have depth that they all take reps during practice. We coach everybody up. Great defensive staff.
Yeah.
We're going to be solid.
That's awesome, man. High praise for your coach here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Torian Roberts. Torian, how are you, sir?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm well. Also a defensive back. Let me ask you a question. How do you approach that position? Do you approach it from the mindset of corner, free safety, strong safety? What do you prefer?
I don't really have a preference. Like wherever the coach wants me at, that's where I'm gonna play. I'll play nickel, I'll play corner, I'll play free safety or strong safety. I feel like that's what I really bring to the game. I'm just versatile.
Tell me about that defensive backfield group and your all's unity.
As far as unity, like everybody likes to work, so that's one thing I like to see. Everybody wants to be better. They want to like compete every day. Even like when we do one-on-ones and stuff in practice, they want to compete. They want to win. So that's what I like to see.
Love it. Watson Hewitt, how are you, man?
Great. How are you?
I'm well. Offensive line, you know, much like I talked to these guys about their unit that you play with, or that they play with, your unit has to be on the same page, and you work for a common goal, and you work in unison to protect your offense, right? How close of a bond do you have with those linemen this year that gives you a lot of hope for a very successful season?
I would say we're the closest we've ever been. I mean, this past summer we've been doing a lot of things, and we've been really working hard, competing with each other. I'm very excited for next season for the O-line.
Monday can't come soon enough, can it? Y'all ready, aren't you?
Yeah.
Coach, as we wrap it up, I want to ask you real quick about, and it might not change anything for a program like Winter Park and some others, but you know that whole Metro Suburban deal moving into 4 Metro District 3. Did that change anything from the coaching staff's perspective or your perspective on how you prepare, what you look for as the season progresses?
Nah, that's for you guys. Where whoever
you got to go play, right?
Yeah, whoever's on our schedule, we're going to play. We don't care who it is. We don't care where they come from. We'll play them Friday night. It's sign up, let's go. That's all. It really doesn't matter to us. We're going to prepare the same, and we'll take the highest level. We'll take whoever. It doesn't matter to us.
Yeah, I love the mentality. It looks like you guys are dialed in and ready. And I'm going to be keeping a close eye because hopefully if we stay where we are in a couple of years, my son will be at Winter Park. So let's see what happens.
Bring him along.
That's right. The Wildcats of Winter Park, look out. They're going to try to improve on that 6-5 record. They're going to be ready to do it. Thanks so much, guys. Best of luck.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, roll on with our coverage of the 2022 Media Day right here from Exploria Stadium. Back in a moment on the Varsity Sports Network.
Yeah, the vertical raise process was great. The feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us. And obviously it paid off, raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000, #1 campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical raise program.
And welcome back into the 2022 Varsity Sports Network Media Day Tour. Today's stop, Metro Orlando area, as we are coming to you live from Exploria Stadium on this beautiful Saturday, showcasing the best of the best high school football from across the Sunshine State. And it's time now to welcome Faith Christian to the stage. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Great.
We are joined by Coach David Carrington, Bryant Jareda, Donnie Getter, Anquan Neal, Jaquan McCray, and Levi Sobleski. Coach, we'll start with you. Head coach, a couple of seasons now under your belt, offensive guy, been with the program a while. Give us a sense of the direction of the Faith Christian program, you know, after 2 years now as at the helm of the program, and now that we've gone through yet another grind with spring and summer and going into a new season.
All right. Well, it's a pretty exciting year. My first year here was COVID. We were rebuilding, starting off, and we had a rough year that year. And then last year we rebounded. We had a winning season, won most of our games, and then coming back this year we got some good returners, and we had a couple big guys come in, and we're looking to have a big year.
Absolutely.
And you know, we got a couple tough games on the schedule, but if we do what we're supposed to do, we should have a pretty, you know, 8-1, 7-2 year again.
Sure. But I'll ask you the same question I've asked a lot of coaches today. You know, we're at the end of the grind, the off season. What have you noticed about this group of guys that you're going to coach this year that, you know, kind of gives you some confidence and some excitement to think that this group may be very special?
Well, we got a good group of older kids. We got a good group of seniors and some key juniors.
Sure.
And they just got some good size to them and experience. And in our level of football, these guys can really make a difference. So
that's awesome.
That's what I'm the most excited about, having those big guys make some pretty good plays.
Big plays.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Bryant Jareda.
Yes, sir.
How are you, man?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing all right? You ready to play?
Yes, sir.
I know. You do it all, man. Running back, quarterback, linebacker, a little bit of everything. Senior. So, twofold question. One, being a senior and a leader, and two, seeing that your coach has the faith in you to put you about anywhere to make a play. How do you use that as a leadership quality to make sure your guys are pulling their weight?
Yeah, I think it's just it's a lot easier, like being a leader when you play multiple positions, and like being on the field always kind of gives everybody something to look at.
Sure.
And kind of everyone something to follow. So I can be a leader on defense, but not only defense, offense, special teams,
right?
And just kind of be the voice.
Sure. And yeah. You know, until guys get older, they don't realize how important that is to have that group of guys that the other players can trust to come to if you have a question or a concern. So good quality, man. Donnie Getter.
Yes, sir.
Donnie, how are you, man?
Awesome. How are you?
You ready to play too?
Yes, sir.
Right on. Offensive and defensive line. You guys have to be a tight-knit group. You have to work for a singular goal together. And a lot of times you hear about O-lines and D-lines hanging out and spending all kinds of time together. Tell me about the bond with your teammates this year.
So we're pretty close. Most of the guys that are on the offense and defense, they've been here for 2-3 years. We're pretty close, especially because we've gone through a lot of adversity.
Absolutely.
Even the season before, we've gone through a lot. We've had our run-ins with some tough seasons, but we've stuck together. We're pretty close on and off the field as well. That helps us. So we're looking pretty good.
Sure. Looking forward to your senior year, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. Anquan Neal.
Yes, sir.
How are you, man?
Good, Rick.
Good. Another guy, defensive end, tight end, running back, right? Athlete,
Yes,
might
sir.
as well. What's your favorite side of the football?
I have to say defense. Defense.
So many of those guys I've asked today, they
Defense.
want to hit people, man. They want to take that aggression out. I love it. Tell me about your defensive unit this year and what kind of gives you confidence to think that this Faith team's going to make some noise and do something special?
Us being able to trust each other, like knowing that we'll, like our other players will better like do their role and do their assignment, what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. New players coming into that unit, have they been able to come in and make an impact?
Yes, I'm one of them. I'm one of the new
There
players.
you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's go to Jaquan McCray.
Hello.
How are you, dude? Doing all right?
Yeah.
Good. Jaquan, talk about the offense. I see on here you play defensive end and running back. Let's take your question from an offensive perspective. We've talked defense. What about the offense this year that you find exciting, that you think you're going to have a standout year?
Well, it's my first year playing running back, and it's pretty easy. I feel like I'm going to do a lot.
How did going from defense to running back affect you? And talk about, do you like it? Is it something you wish you'd have done before, or is it something, you just step in where a need might present itself?
It's not that hard because I used to be wide receiver. And
there you go.
And it's
yeah, that's all right. Levi Sobleski.
Hey.
How are you, man?
Doing pretty good.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
Good. Offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Very important position. A lot of unsung heroes in those positions. But you also have an opportunity to really stand out and earn a spot. Tell me what you're going to bring to the table, or better yet, maybe something you worked on over the spring and the summer to make yourself better, to help make Faith better.
Yeah, but what I've been working on is just knowing what to do and getting there quick, because I'm pretty slow.
Yeah.
But just getting there pretty quick.
Yeah.
Trying my best.
Nothing wrong with that. Anquan, I want to go back to you for a question. Being new to the program, what's give me a positive to this squad that you've seen since you came over.
I'll say that like the time that like we have together, like we've been close.
Yeah.
Like we've been like being able to help each other and stuff, like, and like teach each other like what we need to do, like do more.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Coach Carrington, it sounds like these guys are dialed in, and you've got them all working for a common goal, and I can tell you all are excited. You're engaged in what we're talking about, and that's exciting stuff. So congratulations on that.
Thank you very much.
Let me ask you a question. SSAC, give me a goal. If we're talking this time next year, what's that box that's been checked?
Well, we weren't able to quite get into the playoffs last year. Just some things happened, but this year, I mean, we really want to go after it. There's a couple tough teams on our side. CFCA is a tough team.
Sure.
Mount Dora, Masters Academy. So those are the guys that we're going to be building up all year for the playoffs, so we can give them a run.
Sure. Absolutely.
And we'd like to end up in the top bracket and go for it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Well, we want to wish you the very best of luck from all of us at the Varsity Sports Network. Thanks for coming out and hanging out today.
Thank you.
All right. Faith Christian, big things ahead for Faith Christian as they're looking to very much improve on last year's record. Stick around. We'll be right back with more here on the Varsity Sports Network.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive. Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Riders, wear protective gear, make yourself visible, and follow traffic laws. Drivers, look twice for motorcycles. Use caution when changing lanes. Motorcycles may be hard to see. And maintain 4 seconds of following distance. Motorcycles can slow down without activating a brake light. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network's 2022 Media Days. Today we are at Exploria Stadium, showcasing the best football talent from across Central Florida. And up next, the Mustangs of Wekiva. Guys, how you doing?
Doing good.
All right. We are joined by head coach Jeremiah Swartz, also Sincere Edwards, Quadar Cargill, Davion Watkins, Tyree Davis, Holly St. Melis, Tyrell Gainey, and Josiah Mangella. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Coach, let's start with you, man. Talk about this group that you have this year and some things maybe you've experienced over the spring and the summer that make you really excited to put those pads on and go at it.
I'm excited because we brought a lot of kids back. We got a lot of experience coming back, and more than that, the kids are bought into the program. They're holding each other accountable. They want to come to practice every day and work hard, so I'm loving that. And just can't say enough about the goals. They've set goals for themselves, and they've accomplished those goals as we've gone along. So now we know that, the season's here, and we know our goals, and our goal is to go 1-0,
Yep.
one game at a time.
Yep. So having said that, like a lot of coaches today, the new reclassification with 3M District 3, you just got to go play who's on your schedule, right, and control your own destiny?
Yeah, either way, with this type of program, of course, we want to be a state champion one day.
Absolutely.
So, to be a state champion, regardless, you got to be great. So it's no ducking anybody or hiding from the best. We want to play the best. We want to keep getting better and keep advancing the program.
Yeah, love it. Let's talk to some of the guys you brought along today. Let's start with Sincere Edwards, defensive end, class of 24. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
Good, man. Good to see you.
Thank you as well.
Tell me what has made you most excited to put the pads on with this group that you've spent the summer and the spring with, working hard in the grind, hot, now that it's time to play.
To be honest, the chemistry that we have together, last year we were a young team. We didn't really have too much chemistry being our first year playing. So this year we had a lot of guys come back, a couple new players as well, and our chemistry this year is way better than last year.
That's
so I'm
big.
excited. Yes, sir.
Yeah, very big. Quadar Cargill. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
Good. Linebacker,
Yes, sir.
senior. So not only are you in a very important position on the defensive side of the football, but you're a leader now. You're somebody that everybody's going to have to look to.
Yes,
talk about that defense that you kind of anchor, as one of those seniors that's going to take the field this year.
Yes, sir. It's been a lot of chemistry, team growth over the summer, and how we execute our defense, our speed defense. I'm pretty sure we'll be a great team this year.
That's awesome. How about Davion Watkins? How you doing, Davion?
Great. How are you?
I'm good. Defensive end, another. Look, as a football fan, it's a fun position to watch. And those guys at DN, when they're good, they stand out. What makes it? What is it about you that you know is going to make Wekiva so special that you bring to the table?
I mean, you know, first playing alongside Sincere, you know, as a duo, him being a power guy and me being speed, I feel like my speed helps us, you know, bringing pressure to the quarterback, and then with him coming off the edge on the other side.
Yep.
I mean, I think that'll be a great thing for us as a team and help us win.
Sounds like y'all have confidence to just take on whoever comes at you, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk to Tyree Davis. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. Tyree, quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Right. You have to be a leader, the ultimate leader, some would say.
Yes, sir.
What kind of characteristics do you bring to Wekiva that you can succeed with your teammates and you can help bring them up and move the team forward?
I bring more of a brotherhood in a leadership type role. Like when everybody down, or like when you're going through a workout that's very hard, you know, I keep everybody up, you know, keep everybody poised, you know. Everybody want nobody get too much down or just be tired, you know. I keep them up, you know, just keep them right at a certain type of level.
How much does it help you having to go up against your defense in practice?
Oh, it's very helpful because, you know, me personally, I feel like we got the best defense in the state of Florida right now. So I feel like me playing against the best DNs, best D-line, best defense in the state, it gets me way better playing against the competition that we're playing against right now.
Sure.
Yes,
I love
sir.
it. Tyrell Gainey.
I'm right here, Coach.
How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm good. Tyrell, tell me about the position you play and what you bring to Wekiva.
I play receiver. And what was the question again?
What do you bring to the table? Let me ask you another question. Talk to me about the relationship that you have with your quarterback right here.
Oh, I have a good relationship with my quarterback. We practice every day after practice, get extra throws in, so we can have the chemistry for game time.
Do you have a goal this year on maybe something you want to personally achieve for the team?
Just win it all.
There you go. That's it. Josiah Mangello. Mangello, is that right?
It's Mangiello.
Mangello, all right. That was close.
A little bit.
Talk to me about what you've seen out of this group that makes you believe. Yeah, well, the whole team. Your team that makes you believe that this team can go compete for a state championship.
I'm gonna say, I mean, these guys, man, they're real, real. They're one of the most realest people I've ever been around. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's together. Our chemistry is strong. It's really a family. I don't go to practice every day. Going to practice, seeing teammates. I see family every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, these group of guys are they're great.
Yeah.
And they're awesome.
That has to give you confidence to be able to put the pads on and go to battle with them every Friday night, right?
Every day.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Coach Schwartz, it sounds like these guys are not only dialed in, but they seem really confident in probably the best way possible. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like I said, they have goals that they have set, but I think confidence comes with repetition, and when you put in the work, you know what you can do. We know we still have to get better. Obviously, last year we went 4-6, so we know we had to get 2 or 3 times better if we want to be the team that we want to be. And I think, like I said, more repetition, you see their confidence building. So as long as we keep getting better day by day, and of course, Kickoff Classic is 19 days away, so we're trying to get better every single day. That's it.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, the Mustangs of Wekiva, they look dialed in, and I'm going to be keeping an eye on what they do this season for sure. Stick around. We'll be back with more here from Exploria Stadium on the 2022 VSN Media Days, exclusively on the Varsity Sports Network.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Riders, be seen. Wear reflective gear and use front and rear lights after dark. Drivers, when passing a bicyclist, give a minimum of 3 feet. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Welcome back here to Varsity Sports Network High School Football Media Days, live from Exploria Stadium in Orlando, Florida. Up next now is Oak Ridge High School, the Pioneers. Joining with me today is head coach of the Pioneers, Billy Owens. Coach, thank you so much for coming out here. We appreciate it.
Enjoy being here. Looking forward to this upcoming season. Guys have put in a lot of work over the summer, and along with a new look, uniforms, coaches. I'm expecting a lot of good things.
Sounds great. So let's talk about last season real quick. 3-7. Played in 8A District 5. Had a couple wins against University, Toho, Cypress Creek. What did you learn about the team from last year, and then what have you been able to use
I think
this year?
We were young last year, but we got some veterans. Guys who played last year got some really good experience. And I think that'll show up this year on the field.
So, of course, this year we had the new district realignments, classifications for the entire state of Florida. You guys are in 4 Metro District 4. Right. I'm sure it's similar teams you've already seen, but talk about the new classification for you guys.
The new classification really didn't affect us much. So we have one school that is no longer in the district, but other than that, all of them are pretty much the same.
Okay, so, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Oh, no, so, all right, so, I mean, if you don't mind introducing some of the players.
Tyler Davis, receiver. Taylor Crane, be at quarterback. Travion Bush, he played last year. He'll be almost like a utility player.
Yeah, I'm
he can play inside, outside, safety.
Running back?
Heck of a player. He can play, slot, running back. He'll be a senior. He's the only senior up here. Then we got Orel down here at the end, Orel Joseph, and Gerkerson, Cerulis. Gerkerson played corner. Both of those two last year picking up the sport and have really excelled. So I'm expecting a lot from them too.
Fantastic.
Right, yes.
So I'm going to go to your quarterback first because I'm noticing he's 2025.
Yes, sir.
So did you were on varsity last year?
Yes, sir. I started on varsity.
Okay, so talk about starting on varsity as a freshman last year. What did you learn? What were some of the ups and downs? And what are you going to do this year differently?
Starting on varsity last year, it was fun. I noticed that the game picked up faster, so I had to get my mentally right for the game. And this year, I'm going to show y'all what's up with me. I'm going to show y'all what's up.
Love it.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go right next door. Taylor? Or no?
Tyler.
Oh, no. Yeah, Tyler, my bad. Yeah, Tyler, sorry. Tyler Davis, so another young wide receiver, pretty young team I'm looking at. How's it been working with Taylor this offseason? He was your quarterback last season. He's going to do it again. You've got at least 2 more years with him. So what's the chemistry like this year?
The chemistry is good. We've been working this summer, and we play Little League football with each other, so it's a lot of chemistry there.
Fantastic. And then let's keep it going right down. Travion, you're a bit of a Swiss Army knife for your coach here.
Yes, sir.
What have you done to make sure you're playing 100% at every position Coach Owens is throwing at you?
You know what I'm saying? I just, had to step into the leader position, and I got to focus in. Like, every step and, like, every detail, you just got to listen. And, like, go with it. You know what I'm saying?
Fantastic. So, move right down the line to Orel. Offensive line, defensive line. What's different this year compared to last season? What have you guys hit the weight room more? Have you guys bond a little
My knowledge on the
closer?
game has gotten better. Yeah, so I understand it a lot better. Both positions. I've worked a lot over the summer. I got stronger. Definitely been in the weight room. So yeah, I'm planning on doing really well this year.
Fantastic. We're excited for that. And then last but not least, Gherkinson, defensive back. You had another. You were a sophomore on varsity.
Yes, sir.
So again, young to play on varsity. What did you learn? What did you take away? What are you going to be applying to a successful season this year as a junior?
Last year I had my first experience as a cornerback because my freshman year I was a kicker. So then I got my experience, and then I started growing and then learning more. I started working on my speed, strength, because like my IQ too, because that's what you need like for a good DB.
Fantastic. So, Coach, all these players it's a pretty young roster.
Yes, very young, very young.
So, do you feel a little more confident that they've all had another year under their belt? They're still young, but they have that year of varsity experience,
Still
which might be
young.
an advantage.
Right. I feel good about it. We're young, but we got some experience coming back. So anytime you're young, you got some experience coming back. The future looks bright. But I think we're ready to compete for that district this year. And so, with that in mind, I'm feeling pretty good.
Fantastic. I talked to all the other coaches about it. I'm going to talk to you about it. With the schedule, you guys can answer too. Is there any team on this schedule that jumps out? Okay, someone's grabbing the mic.
Yeah.
Olympia.
Huh?
Olympia.
Olympia?
Yeah.
It's a rivalry. It's a big game for.
It's just personal.
Okay.
It's personal.
Anyone else? I see you trying to grab the mic, Orel.
Right here. I got it. Evans.
Evans?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Lake Buena Vista.
Right.
Lake Buena Vista. Okay, and
Big
one of the
school
newer.
trying to go against us,
One of the. What was it?
The school we're really trying to take down.
Okay, one of the newer schools.
So we might as well just say at all the schools.
Everybody.
Right. There's
Nobody's safe.
Right. There is.
Nobody's safe. Oh my goodness.
Right. Well, I can. Right. This is. I believe Central Florida has good football. Right. So Central Florida has good football, and I don't want anybody to have any misconceptions that one team is easier than another team. Yeah, they all gonna be challenges, and each and every week, we're gonna have to play some good. In order to win, we're gonna have to play some good, solid football.
Absolutely.
Every week, no matter who the opponent is. Yeah.
Fantastic. So before we wrap things up here, what can we expect in maybe the kickoff classic against Toho, or in week 1 against West Orange?
Nothing specific. I'm interested. Like I said, I have a whole new offensive staff.
Okay.
So I'm very curious to see how that translates. I think it's going to be a very positive, from what I've seen this summer, going to be a very positive look, and it'll be a new look for us. So I'm curious to see that. But other than that, like I said, I got a lot of respect for Central Florida football. And so Even with a school like Toho, you know, they got a good coach coming in, coach from Lake Nona.
Yep.
Is now at Toho, and he had a lot of success at Lake Nona, and I'm sure he's working on it over at Toho. So we from day one, even though it's preseason, we got to be ready.
It's game one.
Yes.
All right, so before we conclude, anyone else want to say anything?
We coming back faster,
All right.
stronger, and we're going to put on a show this year.
You guys were all shy before. Now you're already taking the mic. What's up?
All I gotta say is we're gonna put Oak Ridge back on the map where it's supposed to be, for real.
We're gonna execute our game plan and we'll get the job done.
All right, Coach, anything else before we conclude here?
Oh, that will be it. That will be it.
Well, we appreciate you,
All
Coach
right.
Owens, for coming out here. Guys, wish you all the best. This is a fun team, Coach, you have here. Fun and young team. Take a look out for Oak Ridge, the Pioneers, back on the move in Orlando. We'll take another quick break. Up next is Dr. Phillips High School. Stay tuned right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Yeah, the vertical raise process was great. You know, the feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no-pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback, again, was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us. And obviously it paid off, raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000, #1 campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical raise program.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Welcome back here to the Varsity Sports Network. Just almost the 3 o'clock hour. Dr. Phillips on deck here for our VSN Orlando High School Football Media Days. I'm joined with the head coach of the Panthers, Rodney Wells, entering year 12 as the head coach. You're 21 overall at DP. Coach, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so, we'll get right into it. Bit of a weird season last year, 4-6. Don't typically see that at DP. All great teams usually have that one little quick year, and we're back right up. So talk about last season, maybe some ups and downs, and what's different this season. What can we expect this season from the Panthers?
Yeah, like I said, we've been around for a long time, 21 years here at DP, and a lot of playoff games, 3 state championships, 1 win in the state championship. Last year was kind of like a lot of those playoff games. It came down to 1 or 2 plays. So you make 1 or 2 plays versus Coco, you make 1 or 2 plays versus Popka. You know, that 4-6 team could easily be, 6-4 or 7-3 and make a run, into the playoffs.
So what have you guys found out about your team? What have you found out about your team this summer and through spring ball?
These guys are resilient. These seniors won't let that happen again. We have some really good senior leadership, and these guys that are here with me today, they've worked hard all summer, so we're excited about this season.
All right, so I've been talking to all the other coaches about it. You guys play in a very powerful, you guys played originally in 8A, now you guys are the new reclassification, 4M District 5. Talk about that new district realignment. You're seeing similar teams, but it's kind of a new feel now.
Yeah, similar teams. Our schedule is similar. The only new opponent would be Akoi and Coach Shepard, who does a great job. They're a really good team, a lot of talent over there. So we played Olympia and West Orange pretty much all the time. Windermere's, joined our district. So the only team that's really unfamiliar would be Akoi. The district change, really, when you're in the metro, it really doesn't change you because everybody's metro. We're in
Everyone's
Orlando.
joining again.
Yeah, we playing the same teams. And then outside of the district, we still have Apopka, we still have Jones, we still have Lake Mary. So the district change doesn't really affect us a whole lot.
All right, so we'll get right into it. Coach, mind introducing some of your players you brought today?
Yeah, we have our starting center, Nathan Burke, starting wide receiver, Justin Stith, starting running backs on the edge, Seven Moorhead, and Adam Guzman.
All right, so I'm going to go right to Nate. Nate, DP's offensive line, usually pretty big and powerful. What's been maybe the biggest thing you've taken away from this offseason, whether it's hitting the weight room, the offensive line getting together more? What's going on with the offensive line this summer?
Probably the biggest thing this year is the consistency of hitting the weight room, holding accountability to ourselves and others, and taking a new role as a leaders of the team.
Fantastic. So we'll move it right down to Justin. Justin, you had a different quarterback last year. You have a new starter this year, right?
Yes, sir.
I was making sure. I don't want to get anything wrong. How have you and your new quarterback been able to build some chemistry together on offense and get DP back rolling on the scoreboard again?
It's more so of doing things together to build chemistry. I've been throwing with them. We go do something every weekend, whether that's either going to the field or for example, like bowling, just to build chemistry. It's not really a difference. We all just got to make plays. That's all the difference in this year.
Fantastic. So Seven, love that name. Seven Morgan, that's your real name, you said?
Yes, sir.
It's a great name. All right, so you're running back. What has been the biggest thing you have done this offseason to improve your game, whether it's getting the weight room, practicing more with the offensive linemen, just figuring out how these other defenses work? What's been the biggest thing, and what do you want to do to the team this year to improve from last season?
Well, I can't do all that running without my lineman over here at Nathan, but I would like to just have more than 1,000 yards all purpose. That's it.
Fantastic. And then Adam, you're another running back?
Yes, sir.
So what does the running back look like with you two leading it? And how's your chemistry between you two work to make the running back room really successful at DP this season?
Me and Seven, we've been on the running back game since freshman year, so it's kind of like a beautiful chemistry. We just in and out routine with each other and just working, getting yards.
So, Coach, are all these players captains?
We haven't determined that yet.
Okay.
That will be determined after.
So if you don't mind me asking, what determines a captain at Dr. Phillips? What are some of the qualifications of a player in your system needs?
The standards of the program, people to do things right on the field, off the field, good character, and grades is also an issue with that. We just vote, everybody gets a vote, all coaches and all players get a vote, and we tally them up, And usually we know even before
Okay.
we vote. You know, I'm sure most of these guys, a few of these guys will be captains, definitely. Every player and every coach gets one vote. We tally it up, and we figure out our 3, 4, 5 captains from that vote.
Fantastic. So I asked players and coaches this alike. Is there, you guys can answer this, Coach, you can answer it as well. Is there a team on the schedule this year that you guys have circled way ahead before playing them? Is there a team that jumps out that you want to play? I already see answers.
West Orange.
West Orange? Is it just because of the rivalry? Or is there, you ready to?
West Orange is because of, everybody knows about the team and the stars that they had on their team last year. I just feel like I didn't do enough in that game last year, and I feel like it's like revenge. And part of it is because of the crate, because it's tradition,
7?
And I'm going to say everybody on the schedule, because we all got one dream to chase, and that's the state title.
You have an answer?
I very much do.
Huh?
I very much do. I want that crate back home at DP. That's really all it is.
Fantastic. Coach, is there anyone that jumps out, or is it the typical coach answer that, the smart answer, we go week by week?
Well, it's week by week. I always say the only team that can beat DP is DP. So we're not worried about the next opponent. If we play Dr. Phillips football, it really doesn't matter, who's on the other side.
And then before we wrap up, what can we expect in that kickoff classic against Lake Mary?
Kickoff classic at Lake Mineola.
Oh, Lake Mineola.
Yeah, Lake Mary is the first game. We're just trying to, build depth. Again, it's really the kickoff classic is the last part, the last phase of camp. So we know, like these guys, we know what we have. We're looking for other guys to step up and make plays and see who's going to take us through the season, who's going to be able to be leaders.
Wonderful. So, guys, before we wrap up, anyone else want to say one last thing to the camera? We're live. Oh.
Go Panthers.
Go Panthers.
Go Panthers, and just watch the games this year. That's all I got to say.
Coach, anything else you want to add right before we close here?
No, sir. I'm good.
All right, year 12 at the helm at Dr. Phillips for Rodney Wells. That's the Dr. Phillips Panthers looking to get right back to normal, back in the state playoffs. I'm sure of it. We'll take another quick break. West Oaks Academy is up next. Stay tuned right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA. The Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra.
Yeah, we loud.
Welcome back here to the Varsity Sports Network for High School Football Media Days. We are moving right along here. West Oaks Academy. Joining us now are the Independent State Champions, ladies and gentlemen. So their state championship team joining us on hand. Leader of that team is head coach Victor Floyd. Coach, how you doing today?
Great, awesome.
All right, so first of all, congratulations, state champion this
Thank
past
you.
season. That's
Yes,
a
sir.
big accomplishment. I mean, you guys were 6-6. Odd record for a state champion. You don't really see that 500 record, but you find ways to win, and you wound it up with a ring. So talk about this past season and the expectations for this upcoming one.
Well, yeah, we always want to try to make it to that. You know, our goal that we set out is to be the number one seed or make it to the playoffs. And once we get in the playoffs, then that our goal is to win it all. As far as this season, we got a young group. Last year we graduated 18 seniors.
Okay.
And of a team of about 32 guys. And so our numbers will probably be around 30 players this year, but
Okay.
we probably have about 6 seniors this year. And so we got a lot of freshmen, sophomores, some guys that's going to have to step up and, play big for us this year.
Fantastic. Sounds like it's going to be a little interesting one this year then.
Most definitely.
So quick little shout out. We want to give Imperial Point apparel jerseys. Shout out. We love you guys' jerseys. Thank you. They look great.
Thank
With the gold trim on there. All right. So, Coach, what am I introduce some of the players here? Why won't you?
Well, we have, first we have Nazra here. We got Ralph. We have, I'm going to give his nickname Udi. Mr.
What's the nickname?
Udi.
Udi. Okay.
Yes, Ladarius is his name. And we have Mr. T. That's
T.
here with us. Yes.
And then who's your assistant down there?
And that's Coach Stacy Whittington. He's our assistant head coach.
All right, Coach.
Defensive
Welcome.
coordinator.
All right, so let me go right here to Isaiah, free safety and quarterback. So will you be taking a large portion of those quarterback snaps this year?
I hope so.
Okay, so we'll get right in. So yeah, JoJo Patty last year, came in one season, won a state championship. What did you learn from JoJo? He came from DP, came to West Oaks, helped out. What did you learn from him, if anything, and what are you gonna do this season?
I didn't play with him last year.
Oh, well, you said you're new. My bad.
I didn't play with him.
So all right, so you're free safety. What have you done this off season to get your game going and help out this team and maybe defending a state championship?
Really just stay in the gym, try to keep myself in shape, really, honestly. And just get my speed up.
Okay.
Work on my agility, stuff like that.
and that's really it.
All right, may go right down. Ralph,
Yes.
you were a part of that state championship.
Yep.
So walk me through it. What was it like? You know, there are not many kids that get to say they won a state championship in high school. You're one of the few lucky ones.
It was a good experience. We had our ups and downs. It was great. I miss them boys. I hope them boys do great in college. JoJo Patty, great quarterback. Favorite quarterback to play with. Yeah.
So what are you going to do to try and defend that state title this year?
I'm going to hold it down. You feel me? Hold it down with these boys. We got a young, talented, good team, and I feel like we can win another state championship. Bring it back to the Oaks.
Fantastic. Udi? All right, so wide receiver, cornerback, you're going to probably be called upon for a lot of things this year. Position-wise, sounds like it's a smaller roster. How are you going to be able to balance wide receiver and playing DB at the same time?
You know, over the summer we've been working on our agility, keeping energy up, staying in the gym. So basically, I'm ready for the season.
Fantastic. And then last but not least, Mr. T.
Yo.
Same position, wide receiver, cornerback. Same question. How have you been able to balance these positions? These smaller schools like West Oaks, they're really good at making sure they know how to play one side of the ball, on the other side of the ball. They're really good at this. So what are you doing to do that as well?
Just play the game every day. Just focus. Stay focused. Stay in the gym. Eat right. Everything.
And then coach down there. Pass the mic. Thank you, Mr. T. All right, so what has been the biggest biggest growth you've seen in this team this offseason with a lot of seniors being gone and now it's a young team? What have you seen this team grow into this summer?
Well, we have some young men on this team that are really working hard to learn this game the best that they can. And I think they're going to be successful because they listen. So that's the biggest thing about them listening and being there every day and making sure we become the best team we can.
Thank you, Coach. So we didn't really jump into the schedule yet. So you guys are playing. You guys were independent last year. You guys are playing independent again.
Yes.
There's the luxury of making that schedule. So this can be for any of you guys. Is there, and for you, Coach, you as well, is there any opponent on the schedule that you guys are really excited to see? Or is it we're going to take it week by week? Oh.
Well, this group, man, such a new group that we have. That's all, my expectation is to just take it week by week.
Yes, sir.
We have a few, Ralph, he's been here.
Ralph already grabbed the mic.
Teams in our conference that we have, Jordan Christian Prep. We have Zarapath, who we played the last 2 years in the state championship game. Wakim is a team that's in our conference, and Forto out of Miami. They're a new team. We played them the first year for the state championship.
Okay.
And so they're back in the conference again. So we just take them one game at a time. The bigger part of our schedule, we have First Academy and Chiefland. Those games get us prepared. Those are our big games that get us prepared. We don't have IMG on the schedule this year, but get us prepared for the playoffs, the latter part of our season when we get into our conference play. So that's what, these guys, I just got to get them where we're taking it one game at a time and chipping away and continue to improve every week and just see where it goes from there.
So I love the answer, but I already see these guys grabbing the mic.
Mm-hmm.
I see Mr. T and Ralph grabbing. So Ralph, you've been here.
Yeah.
You've played for Coach. What's your opponent? I mean, you've won a state championship. Who else do you need to go after?
TFA.
TFA?
Yeah.
All right. Why is that?
Because they've been winning against us like 4 years. I'm trying to break that streak.
All right. I mean, state championship's got a nice ring to it, though. You got a target on your back this year. What about Mr. T down there?
I just can't have to play. We ready for anybody.
All right. So before we guys close, anyone else want to say anything? Coach, you have any closing remarks? Guys, any shout-outs, mom, dad?
Shout out to my mom. Shout out to the whole fam. You feel me? D1 on TV.
I love you, Mom.
Shout out, Mom. Thank God for the opportunity.
Coach, anything, closing remarks you want to say?
Just thank you guys for having us here and this opportunity to be here highlighting these guys.
Yes, sir.
And kicking off this 2022-2023 season.
It's exciting. Football is just around the corner. West Oaks, we thank you guys for joining us again. We wish you the best of luck. Who knows, you guys could be back here again talking about back-to-back state champions.
We hope so.
We hope so too. So that was the West Oaks Academy. The West Oaks Academy Flames, the Flames. So we'll take another quick break. Coming up next are the Colonial Grenadiers. Stay tuned right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a no zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the no zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network here on our 2022 Media Day Tour. This stop, Orlando Metro here at Exploria Stadium. It's been a wonderful Saturday, and we are carrying on right now with the Grenadiers of Colonial. Guys, how you doing?
Good.
All right. We'll start with you, Coach Brian Coates. Talk about the makeup of this year's team at Colonial, and tell me why you think this group has an opportunity maybe to do something special.
Well, we've got a young group. We've got probably 5 returners on both sides of the football. They put a ton of work in over the summer. The guys work hard. We've got a brotherhood out here. It's a family, and they come out to work every day, and that's all we can ask of them.
Give me a couple of goals that the coaching staff may have set for this team to take that 5 and 6 mark and exceed it.
Well, part of it was, the attendance and the work we put in the off season. We've got a couple transfers coming in. We've picked up a solid linebacker out of Oak Ridge who's coming back to Colonial. But part of that is we just got to put the work in, continue to get better each day, and hope to make district playoffs.
It's kind of one of those things that if all those boxes are checked, the wins come, right?
Yep, it's inevitable. Yes, sir.
Let's talk to some of the guys you brought with you today. We're going to start with Tashimo Brown. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You ready to play?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about your offensive and defensive line. Obviously, that's a very important part of the game. Probably one of the most important, in my opinion, because you all have to be on the same page. You have to work together. You got to get along, right? Because you got to provide that protection for your offense. Got to score points, right?
Right.
Talk about the group that you have beside you this year and why you all are going to be good.
My 5 guys on the offensive line of the ball, we're going to get it done. And my 4 guys on the defensive line of the ball, we're going to get to it.
Love it. What have you seen out of that group over the summer that gives you confidence that they're going to do that?
We went from all right to excellent this year.
Yeah, a lot of hard work put in there. Yeah, absolutely. Jeremy Gonzalez. How you doing, Jeremy?
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Jeremy, also, offensive, defensive line. A lot of times they're a unit, they're a group in terms of spend a lot of time together, get to know each other, have to work together for a singular goal. Why is this group special?
I mean, think about it in a way like we're like a family, Like we be in games, we should be in the weight room, you know what I'm saying? And it's just special.
Yeah.
Like we have a bond.
Yeah.
We talk. Yeah. We play games. We win and lose it. We're still we're still together.
Love it, man.
It's just love.
Tyrese Johnson. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Good, dude.
Good.
You excited to play?
Yes, sir.
I know you are. Linebacker, fullback, a little bit of everything, right?
A little bit of everything. Whatever's going to help the team.
That's what I like to hear. Do you prefer one side of the football or the other in terms of, are you offensive-minded, defensive-minded?
Me personally, I'm a defensive player.
Yep.
I like to tackle, I like to make contact. But, like I said, whatever help the team, I'm there.
How does playing, let me ask you a question. How does playing linebacker help you play fullback?
Physical.
There you go.
Physical.
There you
Always
go.
to dominate.
Yep. Yep.
They look for me to come and bring the hit.
Yep. I love that answer. Kasim Thomas. How are you, man?
Good.
You good? All right. What is it about this group? And you're a junior, right?
Yes, sir.
So obviously your coaching staff had faith in you to come and represent your team as a junior.
Yes, sir.
How does that give you confidence that you can step up and represent the Grenadiers?
I feel like with them giving me this responsibility, it gives me a sense of maturity and just really in a sense of maturity because they see that I'm maturing on the field and off the field, and we're able to give me this opportunity to come represent myself and represent the Colonial Grenadiers as one.
Because absolutely, leadership doesn't mean a certain age, right? That's awesome, man, and you should be proud of that.
Thank you.
Tyree Carter.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you
You've
doing?
been all smiles ever since you sat down. I know you're ready to play. I don't even have to ask you.
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
Running back, defensive back.
Yes, sir.
Sophomore.
Yes, sir.
Again, even younger, but you've been looked at as a person who can lead this team, and both it starts on the field, obviously, but off the field in a leadership role. How have you grown as a player from your freshman to sophomore year that's going to help you make Colonial a better football team?
I'll say just practice-wise, not practicing with JV and practicing with varsity, it was a big difference. Practicing with them, you got to bring the heat. They're going to hit.
Sure.
And I'll just say that just made me a better athlete going against them boys at practice and just working hard to do good this season. That's it.
Sure. Let's go to Joe Tilley. Joe, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Joe, talk about your position. You play for Colonial.
I'm a quarterback.
Yep. And for the Grenadiers, what are you going to bring to the table to make this offense tick and rack up some more wins?
I mean, it's a team effort. We all put in a lot of work, and I put in the work, and all these guys right here and everybody on my team has put in all the work, and I mean, we're going to try our best, and we're going to succeed.
What's the best aspect of your offense right now?
All of it.
Love it. Love it. Isaiah Thomas. How are you?
Good, good. How about you?
Good. What position you play?
Wide receiver.
All right, great. That's perfect because I want to ask you, the guy sitting to your right is very important for that position, obviously. What kind of bond do you all share that allows you to go out and be the best player that you can be?
I would say we have a lot of trust with our quarterback that he can, like, make the right plays and make the right decisions on the field.
Yeah. And along with that, and either of you all can answer from a quarterback or wide receiver position, your offensive line guys, right? You have to have them at their best, right?
Yes, sir. They're always at their best.
Have you seen a big improvement from years
Yeah,
past?
I saw a big
I know they
improvement.
talked about it, but I want to hear it from you all, you know?
I saw a big improvement. You know, during our spring game, they did what they needed to do, but they knew they could have did better. And during summer practices, they've been working, you know, hitting the sled every day, running. They're going to do good this year. I'm ready
That's
for
awesome.
it.
Well said. Coach Coates, it looks like you got a bunch of guys here in this group that are bought in, and seems like they're all pulling in the same direction. And, you know, like you said, as long as those little things are done and they control what they can control, success is
Exactly.
it happens.
That's what, you know, Coach Hodges and Coach Gerke, we talk about. These guys have to grow up fast and have to be mature early.
Sure.
And, unfortunately, but they're doing it.
Yeah.
And it's a great group, high-character kids, and I couldn't be more proud to be a part of Colonial.
Yeah, that's awesome. And listen, all of us at VSN want to wish you all the very best of luck. We'll keep an eye on you, and go Grenadiers.
Thank you much.
All right.
Great to be Grenadiers.
Colonial, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue on with our 2022 Media Day, we're going to take a break, come back, a couple more teams to go here before we close it out from Exploria Stadium. Back in a moment, right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
It's not just the ships, the armor, or the aircraft. It's something more. It's the will to fight and determination to win, found inside each and every Marine that answers a nation's call. Battles won.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
And welcome back in once again to Exploria Stadium here on the Varsity Sports Network as our Media Days Tour rolls on here for the Orlando metro area. And next up, we have the Trojans of Evans. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Good.
Right. We are joined by Coach Darrell Hand. Coach, we'll talk to you first and then talk to the players. You know, Evans is a name around the Orlando area, right? It has history, it has tradition.
Right.
What is special about this group of young men that you have coming into this season that you think this team could do something?
Well, just as a whole, I think we have a really good group of young men. They're going about things the right way. We're here to try and turn the program around, and we got everyone buying in, and we're all pulling from the same end right now. So it's been really cool to see the transition that our guys are making. And we got a buzz going on right now.
Yeah,
so we're really excited about the upcoming season.
Tell me about the makeup of the team in terms of returners and also new players that have had to come in and plug and play.
Yeah, absolutely. So last year we were really senior heavy. Those guys left a huge impact on our young guys. We were happy to see them all sign and have an opportunity to play at the next level.
Sure.
And now we have some fresh names, some new faces that are ready to come in and make an impact.
Sure.
We have a lot of young guys. Even we're expecting to play quite a few freshmen this year.
Yeah.
So
Nothing
we're
wrong with
excited
that.
to see the guys come out and compete and really show what they can do.
Sure. All right, let's talk to some of the guys that you brought here today to represent the Trojan Club. And let's start with Brandon Jacob. Brandon, how you doing, man? Good.
Yes, sir.
Brandon, you're a safety?
Yes, sir.
A junior?
Yes, sir.
As a junior, and I'm going to ask you just today specifically, to come and represent Evans and be one of the guys that your coaching staff entrusted to come and represent your school, how much confidence does that give you as we're getting ready, you know, a couple weeks away from putting on the pads and going to work?
It gives me a lot. Like, it boosts my confidence up way more because I know, like, that he relies on me a lot more as a junior for the rest of the team.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about the team and about the unity.
We got a young team, you know, a lot of new guys. But new guys, they had a huge impact on us. Like, these boys, they could tell they're more disciplined. They want to work more. They want it more.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. Next up, Neville Brown. How you doing, man?
I'm good.
You ready to play? Ready to put the pads on and go to work?
Yes, sir.
I know. Offensive lineman.
Yes, sir.
Obviously a very important position. You and your crew up front have to be on the same page, right? You kind of set the tone physically for the game. Talk about the group that you share the field with this year and what you all are going to do to make people fear Evans.
It was definitely an improvement from last year, for sure. We got a couple of young guys now, and I feel like we're gonna do much better, of course. And I will make sure that we step it up personally.
Yeah.
Step it up from last year, and perform way better.
I love it. Let's see. Let's go to Jeffrey Townsend. Jeffrey, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How about you?
You ready to go play?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me what position you play.
I play receiver.
All right. What kind of relationship do you have with your quarterback? It's got to be high, right? It's got to be a close bond. And what do you think you're going to be able to do for Evans this year?
Well, I've been knowing Chris since, like, I was in, like, 6th grade, so.
That helps. Yeah.
So we got that chemistry, and I feel like I could, you know, impact the team, you know, like, personally, like, by doing my part.
Sure.
And
like as a whole, like making sure the team is coming together and we not falling apart and stuff like that.
Well said. Kelvin Toby.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How
Good.
about you?
I'm well. Tell me what position you play.
I play D-line. I play DN.
Yeah. I can tell you built like a DN. Take that as a compliment.
Thank you.
Tell me about your defensive unit as a whole and how it's different this year and how maybe you have confidence to go out and show out this year.
Yes, I'm gonna start with the D-line. Like we all came back from last year. We got a couple new guys, and I feel like D-line is really gonna be a great strength of our team this year. And like our DBs, I really trust them like a lot this year. I really trust them more. Like even though they're young, I still trust them a lot more. And yeah,
that trust is important, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it makes you have the confidence to go out and know that your guys are behind you. Yeah. Chris Peterson.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Good. Quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Junior. That's a big role to fill, obviously, for anybody. What's it mean to you to be the quarterback and have Evans on the front of that jersey?
To be the quarterback at Evans, it means a lot. You got to be a leader, lead your team. Without your quarterback, you can't do a lot with a team. So, just being a leader, help lead the team.
Tell me about the offense that you're going to be a part of this year.
The offense we part of this year is a balanced offense. A lot of run, better passing. A lot of different concepts.
Sure. And Coach Hand, talking to these guys, it seems like they're all dialed in and they're excited. They're geared up and ready to play, and that's got to give you confidence and the coaching staff confidence that they are going to indeed do something special.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say just from the coaching point of view, our group is really, really excited to work with these young men. They've put in a lot of work this summer, and they probably have never seen the type of program that we put them through. Coach Lane really does a great job of preaching, doing the little things right, and I think we've done that this summer. I'll say last season, we really felt like we were a few plays away each game to really kind of have a huge season, but we weren't quite ready to take that step yet.
That's fair.
This year, I think we're ready.
Yeah. Well, sounds like you got a great group of well-spoken young men up here, and all of us from VSN want to wish you the very best of luck. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Thank you.
All right.
We appreciate it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Trojans of Evans, they're poised to have a breakout year this year. We'll follow them here on the Varsity Sports Network. Exciting stuff at Evans. We'll take a break and come back and close things out right here from Exploria Stadium. You're watching the Varsity Sports Network.
Yeah, the vertical raise process was great. The feedback from our parents, from our athletes was phenomenal. It's a no-pressure situation. The support that they get from their friends, from their family, from their parents was great. Folks get an email. It's a simple process. They're able to look at it and decide whether or not they want to support the program. And we found a ton of great donors. The feedback again was appreciative of this type of a campaign. To have that non-pressure situation was huge for us, and obviously it paid off. Raised a ton of money. I want to say that we were up around $66,000. Number one campaign in the nation. Our kids were excited about that. I want to thank our program, our community for the support they gave. Just a phenomenal process. Couldn't be happier with the vertical raise program.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement, having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why you need an experienced partner to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
The Varsity Sports Network is proud to present Media Days 2022. 16 live events from every corner of the state of Florida, preparing you for the upcoming 2022 football season. Check out all the events live on varsitysportsnetwork.org, on Facebook, Twitter, and also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire Stick. That's varsitysportsnetwork.org, the only 24/7 high school sports network. And welcome back into the 2022 VSN Media Days here at Exploria Stadium in beautiful downtown Orlando, Florida, for our Orlando Metro stop. And now it is time to introduce University High to the stage. Guys, how you doing?
Good, thanks for having us.
Everybody ready to play?
Yes, sir.
Right on, man. Proud to be joined with Coach Mark Barrett here, first-year head coach at University. Coach, you and I were talking off air, and you're an offensive guy. How much a part of the offensive scheme at University are you going to be, or do you give a lot of that duty off to your assistants?
With that being my background, I'll have a pretty heavy hand in our installation. We do have an offensive coordinator, Caleb Clardy, who does a great job for us. We work in conjunction with each other,
Sure.
and he does a great job for us, though.
What was it about University that made you feel like you were the right fit and they were the right team?
Yeah, in talking to our administration, Mr. Tom Ott, our principal, Frank Pendergast, our athletic director, I think we were aligned in our visions for what we wanted the football program to look like. And, there's a lot of great things about University, our facilities,
Sure.
our kids, our community. It was a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, guys, let's talk to some of the players. Winter Laloy, how you doing, man?
I'm great, sir. How are you?
Outside linebacker, wide receiver,
Yes,
senior
sir.
leader,
Yes,
right?
sir.
What have you noticed throughout the spring and summer as you've worked out and put in the grind and hard work about this team that makes you believe that they're going to go out and do something special this year?
I've seen that a lot of us, we care a lot more than we did years before.
Sure.
And I trust my guys, and we all trust each other, and we trust each other that we're gonna, put in the work to get to where we want to go. So
You got a tight-knit group then.
Yes, sir.
Sounds like it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I like it. Deshaun Douglas.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Deshaun?
Doing good.
Good. Running back, wide receiver.
Yes, sir.
Senior.
Mhm.
Talk about your offense under your first year head coach, an offensive-minded coach. That's got to excite you from an offensive perspective. How has it been so far getting to know his new system?
It's been good learning a new system, like learning new plays. I feel good about it.
What is it about this offense that gives you confidence that University is going to be hard to deal with on the football field?
We're running 100% every play.
Yeah, I like it. Jacob Rolak. How you doing, man?
Doing good, doing good.
Good. Senior wide receiver, safety. Talk about the defensive side of the football and what makes this group special for University.
Our communication skills,
It's huge.
We all know each other, personally, so we have good communication skills.
How many guys return this year?
I see about most of the team returning.
Yeah, that's got to be big for your confidence moving into the year, right? Yeah. Any certain goal you've set for this season?
I just want to make sure my team is gonna be okay. see, like, if they need anything outside of sports, that I'm here for them, yeah.
Love it. Amoy Watkins.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's
yes,
up,
sir.
man? How you doing?
What up? What up? What up?
I love it. Another senior. Yeah, right.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Your
sir.
turn to lead the team and, leave your mark on the school and on the team. How's it been so far over workout season?
I feel like it's a good thing. We're building up a good brotherhood at the U.
All the guys say that they've noticed the difference in the togetherness, the communication, all those things. How big of a deal do you think that is as we are getting ready to start a brand new season?
I feel like we're building up a good chemistry at the U.
Yeah, that's awesome. What are you going to do this year to make University the best it can be?
I'm finna do a lot. I'm finna make plays.
I love
running
it.
back and safety.
Yeah, there you go. I
Yes,
love
sir.
it. Chris Fago, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great.
Good. Quarterback.
Yes, sir.
Linebacker.
Yes, sir.
Which one do you like better?
I like both equally, honestly.
I love that.
Depends which side we have the ball on.
Sure. Let's go offense for a second. Quarterback position, obviously, it's a leadership role, right?
Yes, sir.
You touch the ball and command the offense under the direction of your coaches. What have you done during the offseason to make yourself better in terms of on-field leadership?
You know, I've reached out with my teammates, and we've gotten together, and we've thrown the ball a lot. We are really just becoming a brotherhood more than ever before, and, yeah.
What do you like about Coach Barrett's system and how it's going to play out?
I like Coach Barrett's system because he's playing the mind game the entire game.
Yeah.
He's looking at the defense, he's looking at their weak spots, and he's trying to punch those weak spots every single play possible.
Yeah.
And he's playing to our stronghold, so he knows all our weaknesses, all our strengths, and he wants to use them to the best of the ability.
Sure. I love that. Coach Barrett, it sounds like you guys are on the same page, and they seem excited. They're all intent in this conversation and ready to represent University High, and that's got to be a compliment to what you're doing with the program. So, congratulations.
Appreciate that. Yeah, they've done a great job, buying into what we've been selling them, and we're big on communication and we're big on brotherhood. And that's certainly one of the things that we wanted to be a hallmark of our program is brotherhood, toughness, and character. And so this is definitely a representation of what we want to be.
Real quick before we close it out, talk about 4M District 3. I've talked to a lot of coaches that realignment and reclassification didn't really affect the way they approached it, because at the end of the day, regardless of who's on your schedule, you have to win games to win district or go on and play for a state championship. Is there any game on the schedule that you've circled as a benchmark or maybe a measuring stick as to how you are at that point in the season, or do you take it game by game and just see what happens?
Yeah,
little by little.
Yeah, our district was, it was really unchanged, by and large, and so certainly the district games are the ones that we want to make sure that we're on point for as the season goes on. But we take it day by day, and I wouldn't say there's one in particular over another one, but our biggest thing is we just want to improve on what we were the previous day, and so and that we talk all the time about how days turn into weeks, weeks turn into months, and then you turn in enough months, that's a season, and you only get 4 of those in high school. Absolutely. And so we try to make the most of every day, and ultimately let the chips fall where they may from there.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I love what I'm hearing from the way you approach the game, and I love the fact that these guys are, tell me if I'm wrong, but you're in, right?
Yes, sir.
You bought in?
All in, sir.
Good luck, man. Best of luck to you guys. I hope you do big things. Guys, University, look out. Totally different atmosphere over there. They're looking to do some big things. Thanks again for joining us, guys. Thank you. All right, we'll take a break, come back, and give you a final segment here from Exploria Stadium as we close out the 2022 Orlando Metro Media Day right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
Sharing the road is everyone's responsibility. Commercial vehicles don't maneuver like passenger vehicles and can't stop quickly. Large trucks and buses have a nose zone. Blind spots in front, behind, and on both sides of the vehicle. Stay out of the nose zone and never tailgate. Always pass a commercial vehicle on the left for best visibility. And watch for wide turns. Give them extra space. Find out more ways to stay safe. Share the road, Florida, and arrive alive.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
And welcome back in to the 2022 VSN Media Day here at Exploria Stadium, celebrating the Orlando metro area. And now we have quite the panel assembled here to close out the show. We have Alex and Bernoni, Dan LaForest, Larry Bluestein, our very own Matty Little, Adam Bates, and Josh Wilson. Let's start with you, Alex.
All right.
You and I had the opportunity to interview some of these teams, and give me a takeaway that you had after talking to these young men in these programs here in the Orlando metro area.
Well, I think this is our second year doing it. I think you and I both enjoyed just getting to know these players, especially these teams that I'm not going to say have struggled, but have really struggled because they always seem to have a really positive mindset going into this season. I think that's one of the bright spots. These teams that are always pushing to be their best and wanting to find ways to win. And then it's, of course, always fun talking to the powerhouses.
Absolutely.
You get to meet all these guys who are 4 or 5 stars who committed. We had a couple guys from one team that were all Florida, Oklahoma, UCF. So it's pretty cool to see all these guys just living out their dreams and, enjoying it. So,
sure. And thrive.
And thrive, too.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Absolutely. Dan LaForest, first of all, I want to say thanks for giving me the opportunity to be a part of VSN, you and Bobby Latmore, and the vision that you all had. And listen, man, talk about how awesome of a day this was in terms of the publicity that it brings to not only VSN, but more importantly, the kids, the students in these programs and communities.
I think the biggest thing that comes away from this is the ability to give these kids a platform that really prepares them for what's next. You know, we talked about it. Alex brought it up. We got a number of these kids that are going on to the next level, and with NIL and how SEC and all these other networks and the ESPN, these guys are going to have to be in front of a camera. And, you know, I tease these kids talking about, you guys are tough till a camera gets thrown in your face.
Absolutely.
You know, so, you know, it gives them that opportunity to kind of get a little bit of experience with that. But I tell you, you got to be proud of them. You know, for these kids to come in and really get into that mode, you know, starting with, you know, their photos and their individual videos. But, you know, the biggest message today was really getting them to see the vision of what's happening right here across the state of Florida, and that's Team VSN.
Sure.
And the collaboration of the great resources that we have to us, not only what we have built with Varsity Sports Network, but to have people, partners like Larry Bluestein and Dwight Thomas and FloridaHighSchoolFootball.com, and to have the media groups come in, no matter who they were, the TV stations, the newspapers, and really have full exposure and full advantage of having access to some of these future college football players.
Sure, absolutely. Larry Bluestein.
Yes.
Larry, you've been a part of this for the last few events and been a tremendous asset for us here at VSN. So first of all, thank you for that. You've been around these kids doing, you know, recruiting stuff for many years, and this has got to be special to see all these teams get equal representation, and not just, you know, picking and choosing, you know, certain programs. That every one of these kids deserves the right to be showcased and expose themselves.
Yeah, well, no doubt. Whether it be here, Vieira, Gainesville, Pensacola, next week in South Florida, on the West Coast, these kids have worked extremely hard. And to have a forum like this, especially on the heels of the Big 12 media days and the ACC and the SEC, this is their opportunity. This is their chance to have that same type of forum. And I think it's an outstanding thing to have. I get an opportunity to see these kids year-round. During the summer, we had a chance to see 350 schools, almost 4,000 kids. So getting an opportunity to see the football talent in Orlando, especially because the area has taken over the years a big knock for not being a Dade County or a Broward County or a Tampa St. Pete or a Polk County. I think they've come full circle. I think this area now is producing elite talent, like Alex said, and Kissimmee Osceola with the Oklahoma commit, with the UCF commit, Florida commit out here today as well. So they're getting the spotlight, and Orlando definitely deserved it. And I think, what do you have, 60 schools, 50-something schools today? It was amazing, and it was all clockwork, and I got to commend everybody. It was, and I do have to give a shout out to a special guy, Chris Hayes from the Orlando Sentinel. He's overcome a lot. He was out here all day, working his tail off. And as you mentioned before, Dwight Thomas and I, we're OGs, but we're still going. We're still ticking.
Yeah, absolutely right. Again, thanks for being such an asset. It's amazing. Maddie Little, how are you, Maddie?
I'm good. I think I had the most fun today. I know you guys had a blast in here.
I was going to say, I had a unique perspective because sitting at this desk, not only could I see the camera and watch the kids, but I saw a lot of dancing and a lot of TikTok videos being made out on the patio, which I think is awesome. These kids ate that up.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun out there. It was a little hot, I will tell you that, but I definitely think my job took the cake today for most fun. These
100%.
guys love to be on camera. They might get a little nervous, but they love it. I know they do.
Sure.
We made hype videos that will be throughout the VSN channel in the fall for promos.
Yep.
We made individual hype videos that I'm going to edit up and send to these kids so they can post on their own social medias. And we made some TikToks. A lot of TikToks.
They love it.
Follow us on VSN Florida on TikTok.
Maddie was the ultimate athlete today. She went through 2 shirts.
Yeah.
So-
That is true.
It was
That is
very
true.
hot out there.
That is true. That is true. Adam Bates, you know, you do so much work in terms of building these relationships because events like this just simply don't happen without the proper channels being in line and getting a seat at the table together and pulling these resources to I mean, this was just an awesome event, and so many connections were made today. Talk a little bit about that and some of the sponsors that came together to make this possible.
Absolutely, Bobby. It was great, and we're nowhere without our sponsors. And coming in for this second one, the second annual, we can now call it annual, media days, and growing them across the state. But people like Imperial Point Uniforms who are here today, and S2 Pass Ticketing, and D1 Sports of Dr. Phillips, we can't thank them enough, along with Vertical Race, who's been at our multiple events, wanting to talk to these coaches and teams. We try to bring the relationships without it being so chaotic, and our partners truly appreciate that. We're looking to grow that. We appreciate our relationship with the Greater Orlando Sports Commission, and Maddie did an interview today with Jason Siegel, who's the president, who helped us get here, to the fine folks at Exploria Stadium. What an awesome venue.
Yeah, big thank you to Exploria Stadium.
Yeah, and so just looking at that and looking at relationships across the board with all of our channels. So as we expand on that, the network is here for all of our partners, the schools, the athletic departments, and events like this help grow that opportunity.
Absolutely, it's a family. Team VSN, 100%. Josh Wilson. Josh, man, I've seen you running around all day, man. Sweating, carrying on, talking to people. You have not stopped. You love it. This is absolutely, you're all in. What you do with Florida high school football is just incredible. You're such a resource. Talk about the importance of an event like this today.
It's about the kids. It's about these teams. It's not about anybody else here. It's about them, these kids, the ones that showed up.
Sure.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're here to celebrate them. This is their season. This is their time. You know, every football season, football season is only a short window. Football's a year-round sport in this state, but it's a short window when it comes to that season when those games are played. You only get 10 opportunities to go out there, 11 if you count the kickoff classic. But
you practice way more than you play.
Exactly right. You get 11 opportunities. And then God willing that you get maybe 5 more opportunities in the postseason. And only certain teams get that privilege. So, hey, this is their time to celebrate. This is their time to be able to be in front of, the masses here, the people, the media, the fans. This is about them.
Everybody's 0-0, right, Josh?
Exactly.
Everybody.
Everybody's 0-0 right now. It's a clean slate. But we're going to find out pretty soon, in the next 5 months.
Yeah.
Who's going to win the 9 state championships this year?
Sure.
I mean, that's a reminder to people. It's not 8 anymore. It's 9. 9 state championships in this state now. And Metro Suburban, we're gonna find out what everything's gonna be about.
Absolutely.
And but at the end of the day, some of these coaches are they're neutral about what's happened with Metro Suburban. Their districts haven't changed. What really changes is going to change is what the teams they play come the postseason if they make the postseason.
Sure.
That's the biggest change.
Sure.
But end of the day, they're still playing a lot of the same teams. They're scheduling a lot of the same games, but they're also finding and expanding upon better games because now that we're finally lined up with our neighbors in Georgia and Alabama, that they're starting to, some of these teams in these areas are starting to go get games in, other parts of the country. Because, most of the country runs on a even year cycle when it comes to reclassification. So now the fact that you're seeing, teams like, Edgewater's going to play Don Bosco Prep week 2. I mean, they're coming down here. You get teams that are coming back into, coming into the state, which is great because then you're starting to establish, hey, it's not just us going the interstate and get these games. They're going to come to Florida.
Sure.
And we're going to see a lot of that this year.
Dan, let me circle back to you and Larry in particular. VSN is very proud to have a particular show on that is the #1 high school football show in the state, and everything from updates, breaking news, some of the best guests in football, and that's the Florida Gridiron Report. Talk about your and Larry's partnership on that and where that is headed.
I'll tell you what, I guess this is our official press conference, right, Larry?
This is it.
So,
Everybody knows about it, but this is the official one.
Yeah, this is the official one. So, if they don't know, it's hitting them now. No, the Florida Gridiron Report, Wednesday night at 9 o'clock. We'll be kicking off new episodes the week of the Kickoff Classic. New to this year is this guy next to me, Larry Bluestein being the official co-host of the show, and we'll co-host it together and have coaches interviews and bring in Josh Wilson and have his top 10 for each week and look at the changes and really put high school football across the state on the map with correspondents like Andy Villamarzo over in Tampa and Frank Tucker from South Florida and John Santucci from the USA Today Network down at Palm Beach Post and many others bringing all the information from around the state right onto one show, it's going to be amazing. And then once we get into championship drive, to have the, hey, if this is week 7, if the season were to end today, this is who's in, who's out, who's on the bubble. I think it creates a conversation, especially now with suburban metro, of how exciting high school football is right here in the state of Florida.
Yeah, I agree. It's something that I'm looking forward to. Dan and I have been talking about this for a while. We kind of done a lot of research and see what people like. And that's it. It's all about the fans. As Josh said, it's all about the kids, promoting them. And you heard the roster of guests that we're going to have, second to none. All the guys that he mentioned, including Josh with his weekly top 10. I mean, you take a look at Andy Villamarzo, extremely hard worker. John Santucci, has in the 3 years that he's been covering recruiting, has made some major strides. And Frank Tucker, one of the bright young guys in this business, knows a lot of stuff, and now is part of the Rivals Network, so he could show off his wares even more. So I'm excited. I think what we're going to do is we're going to bring it strong every week, something that everybody's going to want to talk, they'll be talking about, and they'll say, did you hear what they said on that show? Did you see the guests? That's what this is all about. And, I mean, I'm honored to be working with Dan. I think he's a really good guy and somebody who has a passion like myself.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to it, and we, the sky's the limit for VSN, and there's so many opportunities for this network to grow. And, I tell people all the time, my son's 12. I want him to come into high school looking at VSN the way I came into high school looking at ESPN. Right? Is that a lofty goal? Absolutely. But is it attainable? Absolutely. And I think that's what we're trying to do. The precedent that is our intentions to be set. Really quick, the Varsity Sports Network wants to send its thoughts and prayers to Central Florida Christian Academy for the loss of their coach. Our sincerest condolences and prayers from all of us to that program. That's something that you really can't expect to plan for. So thoughts and prayers with them. Alex Imbernoni, Dan LaForest, Larry Bluestein, Matty Little, Adam Bates, Josh Wilson. Guys, thank you so much. I don't think the people that are behind the scenes get enough recognition to put a colossal event like this on.
You took I was going to say that. Big shout out to Bobby, Ontavious, everyone part of the crew. They made us look good, you and I, today.
Absolutely.
So we appreciate it. Thank you, Bobby. All right.
And hey,
Yeah.
I got and hey, look at everything, Dan, Bobby. No, between Dan and Bobby, I mean, Bobby said we were saying, "God, get out of here." But anyways, with everything, especially the behind the scenes, because getting these teams here, it takes an effort to get them. This doesn't start overnight. This is a months-long process, and it's to get these teams here. And wait until y'all see what South Florida brings next week, because we're going to be rocking and rolling down there in those 3 counties. That Tri-County area, that's 25% of the state. So get ready.
Absolutely. Before we close things out, like Alex mentioned, Dan Nelson, Joey Pletka, Nick Edwards, Bobby Latmore, our founder and president, and Ontavious McCullough, who came down today. Dan Nelson, I mean, you all do an incredible job. Ivan.
D. Hobbs.
It's incredible. So we appreciate it. But also we want to thank our sponsors, Imperial Point Apparel, Security Financial Management, Orlando, North Seminole County, U.S. Marines, and the Florida Department of Motor Vehicles. Obviously, those partnerships are paramount, and we appreciate it. Guys, that'll do it. What a successful, amazing day. Just another stop on this magnificent tour showcasing all the best from the best high school football state in the country. And you can see it all exclusively right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
For every generation, it has started with the call to serve. Discovering the purpose and the belonging earned with the title. Learning to dig deep and push through adversity together. Defending our nation and its people. It is a life of great worth and reward. But Marines are never really finished serving. Their commitment comes full circle, visible in communities across our country. This is Semper Fidelis, always faithful, always Marine, marking a path for the next generation.
guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Are you in the market for the finest athletic apparel available? Check out theimperialpoint.com. Fully sublimated designs, top quality, made in the USA apparel for any team and any fan. Check them out today at theimperialpoint.com or give them a call at 800-801-4884. Imperial Point Apparel, made in the USA.
Hello, my name is Frank Lavalio with Security Financial Management. For the last 35 years, we've been helping formulate tax-efficient retirement income plans. Many of our clients are extremely concerned with increasing federal debt and that taxes could go up significantly. Call today for your no-obligation complimentary consultation. We have the specific tools to help you develop your own tax-efficient retirement income plan.
To get your tickets on S2 Pass, download the app on Google Play or the App Store. Then open the app. You then select your state, search your school, and click Events. And then you can locate the event that you're looking to attend. Select your event. From there, you can see the time, location, and any other details the school is looking to communicate, as well as the weather. Then you select Purchase Tickets, add the quantity of tickets that you would like to purchase. Then you select Checkout, fill out your email address, and add your payment method. Click Pay, and you will have a QR code produced to present at the gate to the staff member to then scan or manually verify. And there you have it. You're ready to enjoy the game.